who has joined me. I can see a good number right now. All of you guys have joined me. Thank you so much for joining. Monday morning is a tough time to join, but we still chose this because this is something which is working for both of us. And this conversation is very close to my heart. People who have known my journey from years knows that we had this kind of conversations, uh, a long conversation sometime back. We used to do a lot of lives and talk about many things about parenting. And if anybody has seen my journey, anybody knows me personally, anybody who knows the core part of my parenting would always know that Jagriti is at the core. Now, what is Jagriti? Jagriti is the course that Ratnesh and Aditi offer. They are the founders of Aarohi Life Education, which is an open learning community where a lot of open learners are there. My unschooling journey is a beautiful gift by Ratnesh and Aditi and entire Aarohi community. So everything that you see on my page, everything that you have heard from me, every question that you have heard from me, mostly it has, as a core Aarohi, as a core Ratnesh, Aditi, Leela, an entire community. And then maybe rest of the things is my understanding, my perception, my way of looking at things that ultimately you see on my page. So if you really want to know where I am coming from, how I could open up my 16 or 6,000 or 16,000 windows and how I started my journey initially, then please listen to this conversation. Right now, if you can't, then please go back to this recording and watch this later. But if there is one person I feel who can really make you really think and push you hard to think more, would be Ratnesh and Aditi. So right now we can't see Aditi in the frame, but Aditi is with both of us right now. So in terms of energy, she is nowhere. So yeah, so वो कहीं बैठी है आराम से और खाना पीना कर रही होगी Aditi. So say hi to Aditi Ratnesh from on my behalf.
Surely.
And
Surely.
ठीक है. So let's begin, Ratnesh, the conversation. If you want, you can just say hi to everyone.
Yeah, hi everybody. We have learned as much from, let's say, Vishruthi and other people who have been part of our journey, and most learned from children. They have been our real teachers, no other gurus. All the children, some 16, 17,000 children that we have worked with, all of them have been our gurus, from infants to teenagers, and also a lot of parents like Vishruthi and many others. So yeah, I'm always excited to be with parents because you are directly working with your child. In that sense, if we connect with you, we are indirectly reaching your child. So I'm always excited. Thank you, Vishruti, for inviting me.
Wonderful. So let's begin the conversation with the first thought that I have, Ratnesh, which I was
Yeah.
also discussing with you. That a lot of people think there are a lot of myths about parenting. A lot of people think parenting is about a child. I need to fix the child. This is the problem. The moment I started the live, somebody questioned me, "Oh, Vishruti, my child doesn't want to go to school and all." And I'm like, okay, pause. So let's break 10 myths that we have about parenting, that parenting is actually not. I mean, parenting is not about this. So you can share first 10 myths that you feel parenting is not about.
Okay. You want me to share 10 of them?
How many? Let's not stick to numbers.
Let's just, yeah. So the first one you have already shared, that parenting is not really about the child. It's more about understanding ourselves, how we think, how we want the life to be, how we understand each other, as in me and the child, and so on. So it's a lot to do with here, what's going on here, than as much about the child. In fact, child is an independent being. He or she will grow, bloom, in his or her own way. Hopefully not my way. I always keep saying, don't become a replica of me to all the children that I meet. Don't learn from me. Learn from yourself, your experiences, so child is an independent being, and it's much more I would say, interesting to sit back and watch that interesting being grow rather than we trying to impose our own whatever styles, thoughts, aspirations onto them. Yeah, so that's the first thought. Um,
Beautiful, beautiful.
you want me to share one shot or many of them, many myths?
Whatever is coming to your
Okay,
mind, no
okay,
framework.
yeah. So, okay, so not really myth. The second thing I want to tell, or rather share, is that the world has caught us in certain frames or certain words. Words like, let's say, confidence. Words like, let's say, self-esteem. Words like intelligence, and it has messed up our lives, especially messed up children's life. We want children to be intelligent. Why? We children are already intelligent in their own way. They don't have to be intelligent in the way I want, or a teacher want, or a school want, or a world wants. They are intelligent in their own way, and that intelligence has to be valued. Just as an example, so intelligence to me itself is a myth, because by default all of us are beautifully intelligent. There is no need to say more or less intelligence. It's like saying, I'm more alive than you. Can you be more alive than me? Till we are both alive, we are alive, right? We are not dead. In the same way, the moment we are alive, we have our own beautiful intelligence. And that's so things like confidence. People say you need to be confident. I say, no, not at all. Children are not at all confident to walk, but they walk. Children are not confident to talk, but they talk. And so do we. We are not confident of many things, but we end up doing it. So let's chuck these whole lot of different notions that the world has thrown on us, and let's not prison our children. That's my binti request to every parent. Please don't cage yourself and the children into these lots of words or cages or notions or beliefs that the world has thrown on you. Question each one of them, and the best person to question with is with your child, because the child will throw it at you if you're ready to receive it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
सॉरी, थोड़ा लंबा हो गया.
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. I was also thinking that children come only, I guess, in our lives to bring that, who we are in front of us
Wait,
come to,
Vishruti, your
at least for me.
voice went little. Sorry, your voice is not very clear to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now, yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
something has gone wrong with my headphone because I broke it. So we'll see. Okay.
No,
So
now I again lost your voice.
le-
Yeah, just check your mic connection. Yeah.
yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, much better.
Great. Okay. So I was saying that at least for me, I think everything surfaces which is within me through my child. So
Right.
everything that Vedat is doing, he's questioning, he's putting me in a frustrating zone, is something that brings lot of things that is within me on the surface. And only when I start addressing that, I can realize, oh, so I will, children just come only to bring, that inner core out of you. Only and only if we are willing to look at that core in front of our eyes, and we are willing to look at our own selves the way we are, why we are the way we are, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the,
थोड़ा
the,
लगा
the reason, Vishruti, we are not able to see it is because we are blinkered with a lot of these, as I was saying, these phrases, these things, these ideas that we have in our mind. For example, we are blinkered by the phrase that our child should be happy child. Yeah. Do you want your child to be a happy child? I don't want my child to be a happy child, because I know happiness will come and go, sadness will come, anger will come, jealousy will come. These are all ingredients of life. Who doesn't face that? So why do I want my child to be happy? Because if I'm thinking that my child should all the time be happy, then I will miss understanding the child's emotions, which are the best way to understand the child, because the child is showing us all the time, this is me, this is what I'm feeling, right? So I'm saying simple things like this: happiness. Do you want your child to be beautiful? Please don't want your child to be beautiful. Don't want the child to be smart, because the child is inherently beautiful also and ugly also. I do ugly things. Come to me and I'll show you how ugly I am, and how beautiful I am. In the sense, I'm both. So why worry about making him or her beautiful, or thinking of him or her beautiful?
Yeah.
Because we are all beautiful, we are all ugly. So what I'm trying to say is, we have to somewhere let go of all of these,
Yeah.
when these blinkers move away, then what you're saying now, we can see the core easily.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if people who have joined right now, and if you really are keen that you really want to question or you really want to see yourself, at least go beyond what Ratnesh is saying as labels or tags or the big beliefs or things that has been told to us since generations, or maybe by society, or maybe by people around. I don't know who created all this, but uh, everything that is in our surrounding, in our heads, if you really want to dig deeper, if you want to slow down and journey with your child, and I was about to say that if you really want to enjoy the journey with your child, but then I was like, no, that will become an outcome, and we are
Yeah,
no outcomes are there. So, but in short, if you feel that what Ratnesh is saying resonates with you, if you feel that yeah, this kind of journey is something that I'm looking for, then there is this program called Jagriti, which is nearly 3 months of program. It's an intense course, I personally feel, because I have done Jagriti I don't know how many times, and I have taken my own time to process what has been said in the Jagriti. But it's a transformative program, and any parent who is willing to work on the relationship with their children, I don't know, I've been saying this since years now, that I strongly highly suggest that you can go and check out the details in Jagriti. First of all, you will get to know what it is not. So if you are looking for a quick fixes, if you are looking for okay बच्चे को सुधार देना है, मतलब बच्चा कल से एकदम मेरे टाइप हो जाएगा जैसे मैं सोच रहा हूँ, then please that's not something that Jagriti offers. But it's a very different experience. And again, everything that I'm saying about Jagriti is also my own experience, my own learning, understanding, perception about Jagriti. But Jagriti itself is an experience. So only and only if you go through that journey, you will have your own experience, and that might be absolutely different than what I'm saying. But it's
yeah,
an
yeah.
experience. So yeah, that is starting from 21st of June, Ratnesh, right? Ratnesh, can you
Yes.
share more about the journey that you guys have, you and Aditi, have had since last 22, 23, whatever years?
Yeah,
Um,
25 now.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
So interestingly, Vishruti, the best thing that happened to us, that when we started working with children, we knew nothing about children, nothing about education, right? We were very young parents. Our daughter was few months old, so that was, we didn't still have experience of as a parent much. We didn't know anything, so we said, okay, how do we learn about children? And while yes, books looked interesting, there were workshop courses, degrees, certificates. We said, no, no, we don't want to do any of those. We want to just be with children and see how it goes. You know,
Wow.
we would go to parks and sit for hours in a park just observing children. And obviously we started doing programs, and in the programs we will also sit back and just observe children. And the more we worked with children, they were telling us a completely different story. They were not telling the story which books were telling, which courses were telling, or rather the general notions of the whole thing, no? You know, do this, do that. No. For example, there was no need for any disciplining whatsoever in our whatever 25 years of working with children. We don't use the word disciplining. We don't need it. We don't have behavior problems. We don't have problems, actually. We have people. And if you say there are problems, then you're saying people's are problem. Then you say the biggest problem is me, first of all. But neither I am a problem. Yes, I will do things the way you don't like it, or the world doesn't like it, and I will do things the way you like it. So we are all up and down, a roller coaster, a mix of everything. And then the moment we understand the child is not about behavior, not about disciplining, not about some results, and that's where we started enjoying working with them, because it was effortless. We didn't have to do much. We just needed to be around, interact with them, do things with them, which is more fun than actually doing things for them. We were not teachers. We are not teachers. We have not taught anybody anything, including in Jagriti. We don't teach you what to do, how to do parenting. That's not, Jagriti is not a course. But we walk with you. We work with you just like we work with children.
Yeah.
And yeah, and in that working we all explore ourselves. So
Yeah.
Jagriti as a program is about you walking with us and we walking with you. And while we are walking and talking and so on, we will explore ourselves. We'll question, you will question me, I will question you, and so on. And we'll all, whoever is in the batch, will question each other, and so on. And question and talk and share, and yeah, and that's how we all become richer, very, very simply.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so 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 true. Yes, I think this is so amazing. I mean, uh, I can't even think if I just sit for hours and hours in a park just looking at the children, how my life will transform. Because yeah, I can totally relate to what you are saying. Okay, so there is my yesterday's very strong reflection. What you just said, that when you started watching children, you realize that everything that the books and the world and the education and the courses are talking about is so different than how children are really operating. So, a very simple example: four kids were in my surrounding, and I really felt that one of the child was being biased. Oh, it was some 20 second of observation that I had, because I was just passing through, and I felt that one of the child is being biased to other two kids, and one child was alone, kinds. And immediately my internal feeling of oh, the oh, the poor child, feeling alone, and this child is being biased to other two, jumped in. Okay, and I really quickly wanted to fix it, but then I held myself back. I said, okay, I only have 20 seconds of information. Vishruti, you are judging too much. Just chill. Okay, just let it be. And I just left the situation and let it be like that. After some time, still my that feeling inside was not settled. So so that the child who I felt was little poor child alone, they were playing somewhere outside, and the child was sitting somewhere, and I just thought, the intensity inside me just was so high that I went to the child, sat next to him, and I just asked him, how are you feeling? And the child was
Hmm.
like, great. He was like, great. And I'm like, okay, but internally, I still don't want to believe that he's feeling great. Okay. Even though he's saying I'm feeling great. So
You should feel what
I
I'm feeling.
oh, yes. So, so the next question I asked him was, okay, see, we go through many different emotions during the day. So anytime if you feel that you are feeling little alone, you can always share.
Hmm, hmm.
I'm just creating the ground for my own sake also, that if at all the child is feeling that, the child has somebody to talk to and all that. So I went and I just said, you can share, huh? So he was like, yeah, okay, I will. And then I slowly asked, you're not feeling alone, right? And he's like, no, I'm feeling great. I'm enjoying. And can you imagine my facial expressions and the reject that I got? I rejection. So it was a good slap on my face, because I realized maybe the way I'm looking at certain things, or the way I'm making my judgments on the base of 20 seconds of information that I received, and also the way maybe I'm just looking at the whole scenario. This child is just not looking at the scenario in that way. Now imagine I would have just gone to him and told him, see, these kids are being biased, okay? You have to come and tell me if you are feeling alone. Even though he did not have the thought that other people, this, I feel the entire feeling of the entire concept of somebody being biased only is very adultish. That was my learning out of this
Absolutely,
entire
absolutely.
experience. I'm like, it's all in our heads that we feel this person is being biased. Children don't have those filters only. And I'm like, thank God I did not do any damage to the child that he was.
And even if he is biased or anybody is biased, that's life. That's a spice of life. We are all biased towards so many things and in so many ways. And without bias, what the life would be? There will be like one single canal, unlike a river which is like bubbling all over. So I think again, the bias is put in the negative category. I would
Yeah.
say if I am seeing bias happening, I will say, wow, bias is happening. Let's see the fun. Let's enjoy the scene.
That's
Let's
Ratnesh.
maza aayega. Imagine all our serials, all our movies with no bias.
Oh,
And who will watch the movies? Yeah. So yeah, so I put in the chat also. We start assuming things. We start assuming bias is bad. Start assuming the child is being biased. And if we assume, if you break up the word assume, we make a ass of you and me. I put that in the chat
Ah.
also. Assume, so we make a fool of ourselves, right? So yeah, that's the whole thing. If we start enjoying what is happening rather than bringing in all, that's why you rightly said it's not about the child, it's about us. It's about what assumptions am I doing, it's what bias I have towards being biased.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
So
absolutely.
everybody, if you guys are enjoying this conversation, this is exactly what I feel Jagriti does. What Ratnesh is saying, even when I feel that what I did was this, there is one more window that he has opened for me. That Vishruthi, maybe you can just relook at the whole concept that you have in your head about bias. Maybe you can just think about all the movies and series, if they are without biases. And I'm like, oh yeah, that will become so bland. Let's put that masala of bias in life. so yeah. So Jagriti is that. Anybody has joined a little later. Again, just sharing with you guys that it's a program which is for 3 months. Ratnesh and Aditi facilitates that program. This program I did some 8 years back, but they have been doing this program since, I don't know, for 15, 16, 20 years, Ratnesh?
22 years. We started in
22 years.
2002.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah. So 22
61st
years.
batch.
Oh my, 61st batch. So since
Yeah.
22 years, they have been doing this program, and I think this program also has evolved so much. I
Sure.
guess the maybe the way you started and the way today, because the parents have evolved, parents have changed, children have changed, the world have changed, and I think the change is the only thing that Aarohi, Ratnesh, Aditi, all of us would like to stick to, nothing else. So the program has evolved so much, and this is the 61st batch. My life transformed through Jagriti. So I wouldn't say that it wouldn't have been transformed any other way, but I always say that yes, it transformed through Jagriti. Maybe I was already looking for something which
Yeah.
can question, or which can kind of open me up, which can I one word that I attach a lot with Jagriti is, for me, it's very liberating. I feel very liberated. Till then I feel that I was caged. But the moment I did Jagriti, I think the world became like, wow, okay, everything is in this. And now I just have to play around with everything that is in the surroundings. So it's very
Yeah.
liberating.
So
And
sorry,
yeah.
Vishruti, I'll pause you because you said something very, very important. So Jagriti is not, as I said, it's not a teaching program. We're not going to teach you anything. But what you said is very important, is that you need to be wanting to go deeper inside you. You need to be wanting to be uncaged. You need to be saying that, yeah, what is happening is not sweet and joyous and effortless. There is something wrong somewhere. If I'm struggling with the child, or my child is struggling, or there is something else happening which is not happening, so which is not the way we want it to happen, so there's something not okay. And if something is not okay, we need to look deeper into ourselves. We need to slow down and understand ourselves. So if that desire is there in you, then come for Jagriti, because then it will really help, or rather we will help walk along you to explore yourself as a parent,
Absolutely.
and that would directly affect and benefit your child.
Absolutely. And also, I want to add again here that, if you're looking for quick fixes, please, Jagriti is not this place. It doesn't create that space also. So, if you have that hunger, that I want to look beyond what I already know. Okay, when I did Jagriti, I also did couple of courses before, and I knew that I know about parenting. But the moment, I think there are questions which were arised, which were the questions were asked, and I think the willingness of me somewhere, that okay, I want to stay with this question. I may not have those answers right now. I can get it, I can't get it, but already know. what you know is there, and I think it's validated, it's accepted, it's appreciated, everything. But if you want to look beyond what you already know, and if you have at least that window open, then it becomes a very rich experience to open more windows through Jagriti. I think
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Vishruthi, somebody is asking, is it in Hindi or English? So I'll tell you, the language of Jagriti is understanding. So English, Hindi wouldn't matter. Please come in whichever language you speak. But if we are ready to understand ourselves and our children, that's the language that we want to talk about. And then this Hindi, English doesn't matter. In fact, we start realizing nothing matters actually. If what we really want is to understand ourselves and the child, then nothing else matters. Language, place, I am in city, I am in this, my child is like this, I am like this. All of those things don't matter absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think if somebody is asking, Ratnesh has given you the entire 16 windows. I'm just focusing on your window. Yes, it will be Hindi and English, some or the other way. But you will also get a lot of hand holding if you feel the language is the barrier, because it's a community. It's not driven by one person. It's a community experience that you will get. So
Yeah, group experience,
yeah,
yes.
group
Yeah.
experience.
And somebody saying how to understand child's emotions. Yeah, start understanding your own emotions. Then you will understand the child's emotions.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Wonderful. Ratnesh, do you want to quickly share, let's say, one or two? Hmm. Now, when I'm thinking and using word also major takeaways, I'm like, okay, there are no major and minor takeaways. What am I asking? But one or two things which is just coming to your mind, which really made you think a lot, or maybe any stories, because you are the king of stories and Aditi is the queen of anecdotes. So, any stories that you feel has been most relatable when you have worked with children, you can just share with all of us.
uh, okay. Um, well, I think the thought that I was to okay, I'll tell you a small okay, since you talked about a story. So there's this father with his daughter went to a monk and said that that my daughter has lost her mother, so it's now me and her, and we have to live our life. So how do you suggest we should live our life? So he asked the monk. So the monk said, what do you think? How would you like to live? He asked the father. So father says, I think I can take care of her, as in my daughter, and my daughter can take care of me, and that will work very well for both of us. This is what I'm thinking. So the monk said that sounds good. That sounds interesting. Okay. Then he turns to the daughter. The monk turned to the daughter and said, how do you think you would like to? She says, she takes a big pause and then she says, me taking responsibility of that? No, 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 no. I'm scared. I don't think I can do that. But what I can do is I can take care of myself. I can be responsible for myself, and that can be responsible for himself. And I think this will work for me. And then the monk says, wow, you have taught me how to live my life. If each one of us starts taking responsibility of ourselves and letting others to take responsibility of themselves. So part of Jagriti is all about seeing how the child becomes responsible, or rather is already responsible for himself and herself. And we need to start allowing that and start us becoming responsible for ourselves. Like somebody has said, how do I understand emotions? I would say start by taking responsibility of your emotions, and that will make itself the journey. So yeah, that story came to my mind, which was, I had not planned this, but since you shared. So
No, it's
one
so
huge
beautiful.
thing is all about being understanding this whole idea of how do we live together.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. This is so beautiful. A lot of parents come to me about unschooling, homeschooling also. When they talk about, they always share, I want to do it, but my family is not aligned. My husband is not aligned. Or a husband would say, my wife is not aligned. And sometimes I feel the kind of support that Arohi community has given me because I don't think anybody comes like, okay, it's a cakewalk and they just start walking. I think everything has its own challenge. Being in the school, it
Yeah.
has its own challenge. Not being in the school has its own challenges. But the way certain challenges gets, mm, it gets very lighter simply because the community is around, simply because there are
Mhm.
more questions like what you have asked, or what you have, what Aditi keeps asking, or what everybody else in the community keeps asking, makes, I think, those every challenge very beautiful. I guess the whole journey becomes very beautiful. And I feel that's why, when parents share that, I feel, oh, there is no one way that you can fix your family or your husband or your wife. There are 1 million ways, and the only thing that maybe we are lacking is understanding, I guess. And what you are saying is so true, that if I can just be responsible and can just figure out where I am coming from, where I am, where I want to be, why I want to be there, and all those thousand questions about your own self, then automatically, I guess, a lot of paths will open. Because I remember having so many conversations, particularly with Aditi, during my phase when we were transiting from conventional thought processes to the unschooling thing. And I always had those ideas in my head, but somewhere, the kind of leap of faith you take, and that comes with, yeah, with this community, the people like you, Aditi, Aarohi community, Leela, everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
Yes. I think
Yes.
somebody is asking, is it online, offline? Yes, it is
Online.
online. It happens on Zoom. Yeah, we use Zoom. Yeah. I'm again
Online.
sharing the link. Vishruti, I've just put
Yeah.
it in the comment.
If I can
Somebody
just
wants to.
pin the link, huh? You have pinned the link.
Yeah.
Array.
No, no, I think you will have to pin the link.
Pin
But
comment. Yeah, I
anyways,
did it. Yeah, I did it. Okay. Super. So again, I would just share it. Everybody who has been curious about Jagriti, Jagriti is the 3-month program, and
no, no, it's not
as
3 months anymore.
2.5,
Vishruti, it's 10 session
2 months.
program. Yeah, 10,
Okay,
10
10
sessions.
sessions program. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So in my times,
And
maybe it
but
was
it doesn't
different,
end.
and
Yeah, little we keep evolving it, and it doesn't end at 10 session. 10 session is the main program, and then you kind of continue to interact and continue to be with us. We keep continuing doing a lot of other things, and you stay connected. So we call it, we fire burners. We keep the fire burning. But yeah, the main program is 10 sessions now. Yeah.
okay. So, what is the cost of the program? That is also there in this link. If you can just go
Yes.
dig deeper,
Yes.
just don't relate money and something that you are receiving, because a lot of times I feel that, how do I put this? A lot of time I feel that uh, we can't really understand the value of something in terms of monetary aspect unless we experience or we understand that thing enough. So I would
Yeah.
strongly suggest you to first go through the whole program, go through the testimonials, go through what parents have said. Don't go because I am saying. Don't go because Ratnesh is saying. See for your own self what is resonating. If you are prepared for this or no, uh, don't get sold by anybody's idea. What I would strongly recommend is that please go to the website. Aarohilife.org is the website. We have pinned that. And Jagriti, if I can, I will. Ratnesh, I can do one thing. I can just put it up in link in my bio, so that people who are watching this later wants to go and figure out what is this program all about. Then they can just click on that link in my bio, and
Thank
you will
you.
be directed to the website. Yeah, yeah. And another thing that I would suggest is 21st. So it's this Friday we are
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah.
This Friday we are starting, right? So it is
Yeah.
starting from this Friday. So you have 3-4 days to churn and you know um, really like see for yourself. That will be very handy. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, Dipali, I'll just put it in my link in my bio. Okay. So join. Oh, wonderful! Wow, somebody has already joined. Super. So you guys can go and check out the details for yourself and see if this resonates. And again, I'm saying don't join because you are looking to fix your child. Join if you are already having that hunger within you, that I want to understand what is this whole gaga about parenting, or if I've got this new life in my life, and now I'm struggling with my own life. Forget about this another life that is that I'm having in my life. I'm not happy. I just don't know what do I do. So if these are the questions that you're struggling with, and you
And how
really
can we most enjoy this journey? I think
yes,
that's to me the aspiration is to make it as joyous first for myself. If my
yes,
life with my child is joyous, chances are the child is anyway enjoying it. When we used to earlier do sessions with children, when a facilitator will come out, I will always ask, did you enjoy it? Because I would say, if you enjoyed the session with children, I'm sure the children enjoyed it. If you only didn't enjoy it, then something is wrong somewhere. So the Jagriti is all about seeing how we can, in that sense, maximize our joy as parents, and give that joy to our children.
yeah. And I think then only, I guess, I always say this, Ratnesh, that imagine if I'm too frustrated from within. Okay, my cup is full of frustration. What will pour
Yeah,
out of me will be frustration only. Yeah? I mean, I
absolutely.
can't give somebody mangoes if I am having oranges in my, in my heart. I can only give
Yes.
them mangoes. So I think this is the core. I mean, after doing unschooling for 1 to whatever years, now it's been 8 9 years that we are enjoying this. A lot of people ask us, how do you find this journey? And me and Sunny look at each other and we just say that, we don't know about anything else, but we are just enjoying everything that it is. We are enjoying. That's all. कुछ मतलब क्या सही है क्या गलत है किसी में नहीं पड़ते हैं, वो सब होता रहता है, पर मजा बहुत आ रहा है यार, जो भी बोलो तुम.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So yeah, superb,
Super.
superb.
So, yeah, I think we end with this. I enjoyed this live doing with you. तो मजा बहुत आया.
Same. It's always
And
super fun to talk to
yes,
Ratnesh. Yeah.
yes. Same
Done.
here, Vishruti. Thank you. And
Done.
thank you
So
everybody who has joined, yeah,
yeah,
for this live. Thank you.
superb, superb. So yes, I'm putting the details of Jagriti in link in my bio. It will take some 10 minutes for me to put that up, and just have that much of patience, and then you can go and check these things out. Go through the entire page, read the testimonials. This is a sincere course, sincere in the sense, if you are willing to put in some effort, time, and energy, uh, this course has a lot of things that can really add beautiful values in your life. But if you are looking for a quick fixes, please look for some other course. This is not Jagriti. So yeah, just some disclaimers I wanted to put before you jump on the Jagriti. Okay. So thank you so much, Ratnesh,
Thank you.
for bringing all your stories in our lives, for making us think so much, for being that tormentor in our life. And I was recently also, I had another, I'll remember, I forgot. I had another name for you. You were doing something, and I was like, and now I will call Ratnesh this. I forgot the name. That's okay. Once I remember, I'll message you. Okay. Somebody's saying, thanks, guys. Really enjoyed the whole session and the thoughts being shared. I'm so glad. So now I'm sure we have at least one parent who is willing to dig deeper, no? Lovely. Thank you,
Super.
Ratnesh.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Have a
you.
great day. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye
Bye. You
bye.
too.